So most people were like, oh, they're students, it's a student project. It's cute. Now to think the same group are going out there, are now hiring, and they have a staff of 100 people over 3 years. It's a game changer.
It's all about trying to harness the brilliance of young people who have been bitten by the entrepreneurial bug.
The experience here with MTME was outstanding. It outshined my undergraduate degree by far.
It meant so much to me because I had people who surrounded me who wanted to see me do well.
One of the things that really stood out for me during my tenure as chair was the quality of students that were attracted to the TME program. And I think the fact that it was an optional program that students could opt into really meant that we had highly motivated students who had a keen interest in what this program could offer.
It's not what I expected when I got here. You know, I thought it would be just like a typical master's program, but it was so much more than that.
I think that TME is an absolute jewel. Academically and intellectually, working at the interface between disciplines is so terribly important. The way it reaches out to the community, I've often thought of UNB as a sort of a postmodern land-grant university, very much committed to the public good, and TME just represents that so strongly.
Highly successful people from the community that have come in and given their time and energy to act as mentors, to be part of our society, be part of the community. That has grown and grown, and it will constantly keep growing.
It really helped me grow as a person more than just educating me. From start to finish, it's a whirlwind to think that where I started off and in my coming into the program and now leaving it, the person I was then is absolutely not the person I am now, and it's amazing to think that TME helped me on that journey.
What really matters is what you become. You become much more, you gain leadership skills, you also become equipped in management, and it's really beautiful because if you ask me to explain how it is, it's like the metamorphosis of a larva into a butterfly.
We began to realize we were celebrating a lot of people in the startup industry. And then as we engaged with students, we realized most of our students are not doing startups. They're making change in the corporate world, in the social context, and government. So startup is one element of our story. Helping corporations is the second element, government, society. But our central focus is making individuals and bringing the best out of them. And if you focus on the individual founders, entrepreneurs, students, and help them become the best versions of themselves and become a vital part of our society and moving society forward, you can never lose that game. You will always win.
That our team is full-time committed to this project.
We're waiting for Google to release something for the tablets.
Thank you for the question.
You're probably going to need a sample more often, but if you're looking at solids, you could maybe last five years or so.
Live television broadcast, but it is an immersive way.
Basic cost of doing nothing was about $15 billion to the Canadian economy. So.
Well, I do remember the beginnings of TME, and very much evolved on the watch of my predecessor as president, Elizabeth Parr Johnson, and she and her husband played a very major role in getting it off the ground. And I had lots of conversations with Alan McLean, the founding director, and his vision and his sense of purpose was very special. And in fact, it's been interesting to watch over the last 30 years through Alan and then Barry and Linda, and now especially on Narendra's watch, just how this little jewel of an academic research and teaching center has evolved and strengthened and deepened, but always with that sense of purpose that was there from the beginning. It's been marvelous to watch.
A lot of growth over the last 30 years, but it all started with such a progressive individual that 30 years ago had that vision even before most of North American engineering schools did, that engineering and entrepreneurship, as well as technology management knowledge, go together from the very beginning.
TME has evolved over the last 30 years from a vision to a program that now has deep connections, deep roots out into the community.
It really has to do with the very important role that this university has to play in creating value in New Brunswick, in our economy and for our society. And certainly the TME program has grown to become, I think, a significant engine of economic growth.
TME is a wonderful institution. It's arrived at a very special place on the journey, but it still needs lots of support. And I guess this evening we're going to be asking for lots more support.
Future of TME is very bright because of our central focus on the individuals, central focus on who are you, what do you want to do, how can we help you get there, is going to be the new future of TME. While we focus on academic programming, research programs that have all evolved, then we focus on startup, building the right ecosystem to develop and launch enterprises, develop and launch platforms for society, government and corporations to engage and work with us in a collaborative manner. So the future is going to be more depth, more integration, more collaboration nationally, regionally and internationally. In a way, it feels like we're just getting started.